everybody, Vaughn here with the Vonster vlog, and welcome to day 70 of a year of yoga. Thank y'all for joining me here. I hope your day is off to a fantastic start. We're going to start at just the foot of our mat, inhaling and exhaling a little, grounding through our feet into the earth. And we're going to be building on the sequence that we've been doing over the past couple of days, but I want to add something a little bit different here at the beginning as well, and that's we will solidify our hips through our legs into our feet, just really locking into the ground, but then start shifting just our upper body, stretching and utilizing the obliques, like basically our entire trunk, kind of, as we extend on an exhale, our right hand down our right thigh. Inhale back up. The other way. And we want this movement to be nice and slow so that we're not wrenching or using any sort of momentum. As we just reach, you might just be right here. I was practicing this with my partner Randy yesterday, and he does not have a whole lot of mobility here due to, he's got a very tight, very hyper reactive back from a slipped disc in his youth. So we gotta be gentle with him. So be gentle with yourself, but also exploring our range of movement while honoring our body is the best way, I think, to maintain some mobility and possibly even expand on the realm of what's capable for us. There we go. And now from here, let's inhale up, arms overhead, lifting up onto our tippy toes just as far as what we can. Exhaling down. Inhale up. Exhale with that little knee pulse down. Last one. Let's hold it there for a moment. Making sure we're not bunching our shoulders up around our ears, just really having it be as though we're having our shoulders be pulled down while our fingertips are pulled up. And down. Very cool, you guys. Okay, next we have hip circles. And so let's plug our fingertips into the ceiling like how we have done before. Inhale and start our circles. We can go start a little smaller and then build up into something large. We can stay small. We can have our hands on our hips if your arms are tired like mine, or we can have them out at the sides as belly dance arms. Let's change directions. Inhaling and exhaling. However you pair your breath with your movement, just try to be consistent and thorough with it. There we go. And now we will do prayer hands behind us. I don't know if the camera can see me in the thing, but we'll have our hands in front of our heart and kind of get a feeling for how it feels to be pressing into each of our fingertips, into all the corners of our palms. Inhale, open, turn our thumbs so that our palms are facing behind us, and start bringing our hands together. I personally start feeling a whole lot of resistance and difficulty right about here. And whenever you come to that difficulty, breathe through it. And then we could place the backs of our hands on our booty and start inching them up. So you might be right here, and that's okay. If you're just right here, inhale, your chest open, exhale, bringing your elbows closer together. So these are not static postures that we're doing. They are very tiny little flows just in that one posture. So we inhale, bringing our chest up. Exhale, deepening through our elbows. So as we inhale, we bring our elbows back forward a little bit, but really lift into that chest. Exhale, pulse it behind. And as we practice this, it may become easier to bring maybe just the tips of your longest fingers together. Maybe the second finger, maybe your pinkies. Maybe, we're starting to see something more like this here. So wherever you are today, celebrate that and just breathe into it and through it. And also from here, as we inhale, if you want to add layers of complexity, we can inhale, raise our left knee, exhale down. And we could even turn this into a little bit of a hip opener. So while we have our hands in this position behind us, we can inhale, lift that leg, open it, keeping our hips squared towards the front. And then inhale and back down and in. This for me is quite a lot, and I end up it's too many balls to juggle. So I'm just going to focus for a few more breaths on opening up. This position is so opposite to how I spend most of my day that I'd really like to give it just some extra time to open. And to unravel out of this, I released my fingers, and I'm going to start kind of inchworming my hands down my back. Oh my goodness. Oh, so stiff. There we go. Arms up overhead. Oh, maybe add in a little bit of a hand flourish. Oh, we did it. We're doing good. Ah! I love doing yoga. Like, it's so much fun, and it tickles me pink that y'all are here hanging out with me. So inhale, pulling our thumbs to as though there's a wall behind us. Exhale, flip those hands over across. Let's do left arm on top this time. And exhale, really hugging that shoulder. We are in half eagle arms right now. We could also just have the backs of our hands together and try to bring our elbows together. I personally feel a little bit more of a stretch whenever I actually pull on it. But just know, if something's not perfect for you, there are variations, and just keep wiggling around until you find what is perfect and honoring your body. Inhale, palms up and back, leading with our thumbs as we open. Exhale, right arm on top, bringing it around and up. Let's do 3 breaths here. There's 1, 2, and on the exhale of the 3rd, open it up. 1 more on each side. Bringing that together. And then inhale and exhale, open. Inhale, exhale, right arm on top. And oh, that's fantastic, y'all. We can roll our shoulders up and back a little, up and forward a little. So from here, let us do a little bit more of a flow. So we are going to, I have my feet about hip distance apart. Inhale up, exhaling, lifting our chest from the sternum like we're bringing our heart to the sky. Exhale with a slight back bend. You do not have to be bending yourself over backwards right from the get-go. Like, it can be microscopic, but if you're feeling it and if it's there, then it's there. This isn't about how it looks, it's about how it feels internally. Take the circuit of breath here before we inhale back up and exhale, folding forward. Now you may be right here. You might be quite stiff today. You might want to have a chair or some blocks. Palms on your thighs or maybe even on your shins. Or we can start inching our way down, easing into this with our breath as we fold forward. Take a circuit of breaths here before we bend our knees and roll up one vertebrae at a time. Roll those shoulders up and back and inhale up, exhale, bending from like the bottom of our ribs. So you're really lifting up and out this way. Inhaling back up, swan dive down. Into a forward fold. We can spend a few breaths here, rocking back and forth, lifting our heels and our toes, trying to be even about lifting your pinky toes just as much as your big toes. Before finding a moment of stillness here. Let's repeat this one more time. So we'll bend our knees quite generously and roll up one vertebrae at a time. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, lifting our chest towards the sky with that back bend. Doing some circuits of breathing. It is okay to have cactus arms here if extended arms is too much for you. Or you can even pulse with your breath. Inhale, cactus arms. Exhale deeper into that bend. Before we inhale up and swan dive down. Now, the repetitions of movements like these, over the past couple of days, I know it's not the most exciting thing, but what we're doing here is trying to practice the discipline of coming to the mat and doing our yoga, even when it's not necessarily shiny and new and novel, because it's the discipline that will, of the daily grind that will shape us into who we will become. And this is going to give us a much more accurate perspective of how we're growing and changing. And sometimes it's nice to come back to something familiar and explore different ways of kind of dancing along that edge of what we're capable of. So over the next couple of days, we will be walking a familiar path, but every day we'll take another new step till we get to where we're going. So inhale, exhale, walk our hands out in front of us into a downward facing dog. You could have your knees bent quite significantly so that you can have your back bent. You could have your feet as wide or as narrow as you need. I'm going to kind of shift from side to side, relaxing the tension out of our neck and shoulders. And we can come up here onto our toes to really get that length in our back. And then start to lower our heels to the ground. They don't have to touch. And from here, setting my feet quite wide, I'm going to walk my hands back up
into a forward fold. Forward bend our knees. And roll back up. There we go, you guys. That was day 70. Thank you all so much for joining me here on the mat. I hope that this is helpful to you. I love hearing from you down in the comments. If you have any questions or ideas for tomorrow's flow, just let me know. And until next time, y'all, keep on keeping on. Bye.